Hey, what's happening everyone? Welcome back to a brand new episode from Sydney, Australia. I just came back from Melbourne yesterday. This is my last day. I'm actually flying out in a few hours here to Berlin, but in the meantime I decided, to do a little video because there were some questions, people asking me, how is the situation in Australia, in Sydney, in Melbourne, with all the bushfires and everything taking place right now. So I said, before I leave, do a little update video and kind of show everyone what my experience was, what I've seen, what I've talked to people. And yes guys, there are a lot of wildfires, devastation all throughout the countryside of Australia, but in the cities of Sydney and Melbourne, the situation is not that extreme. In Melbourne, I'll say 5 days ago, right before the Australian Open started, the smog in the city was unbearable. So yeah, that was 1 day or so. It said the smog level increased up to the point of the one in New Delhi, for example, or in Shanghai, where we know the cities are very, very polluted. But overall, in my stay, in my week here in Sydney before I headed to Melbourne, it rained quite a bit, so it did stop quite a few of the wildfires, in around the surrounding countryside area. But the city itself, is quite decent. Let me show you guys, like right now, almost clear blue skies here in Hyde Park. I'm just at the museum station, very, very close. I can catch the train heading towards the airport. A lot of bugs though in the park, but overall, I do believe that if you do have plans to visit Australia, especially the main cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and so on, things will be okay. Don't cancel your plans. That is my personal opinion. Yes, there are wildfires. Many of them have been put out in the last few days with the rains that we had. So that's just a quick little update. Some people say, why are you still going to Australia? You should cancel your plans. Can't you see what's happening all throughout the news? And that's why I'm making this video, to inform you guys. Airports are running as normal, trains are running as normal, most of the things in the big cities are running as normal. Yes, in the countryside, I repeat, in the countryside, yes, there's a lot of devastation. But if you do have plans to visit the major cities, come to the Australian Open, definitely don't cancel your plans. I think, if you follow through, you see the situation yourself, a lot of things that are reported from certain regions, right? It's not throughout. Australia is huge, right? So definitely when the winds are blowing from certain directions, you can see a little bit of the smog, especially like a sunset sometimes. The first night that I came to Sydney, you could see the fireball, the sun, you could see it as you would see it like in let's say somewhere where there's high humidity, right? And everything's hazy. Well, that should not be the case, especially around 6 o'clock, and when the sun sets at 8:30, you should still see a very powerful glow of the sun. Well, you could see the fireball, and that's actually because of the smog, because of the winds that brought in the smog into the city. But that is pretty much the only time that I had direct contact with how the situation here is shown on TV. But overall, throughout my stay here, I did not have any issues. I did not need to wear a mask. But like I said, in Melbourne, people did have to wear a mask that day because it was really, really bad. Overall, Sydney has been fabulous, 27, 26 Celsius. Melbourne was actually around 24, 23 when I was there. The last day was really hot, though. It got up to 28, 29. That's when I visited the 12 Apostles. But, overall, like I said, it's been raining. I probably would say it rained 70% of the time while I was here, so that was definitely really, really good. Clear up a little bit of the wildfires in the surrounding area. There was a lot of hail too. Actually, when I went to the first day of the Australian Open, around 70% of the matches got suspended because of the rain, which no one had any issues whatsoever, because it's needed. It's definitely needed. It's one of those situations where I don't mind going somewhere and a lot of my plans kind of being a little bit distracted because of the rain, because it's very needed. It was extremely needed. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. You know, I did talk to quite a few people here, and it's kind of the same thing. You know, if you have plans to visit Sydney, Melbourne, don't cancel them. Come to Australia. It's beautiful. You know, there's a whole bunch of activities that you can do in the city. You know, not sure exactly when I'll post my my vlogs showing you the city tours and what else I have done, but that more later on. Right now, just a quick little update, because you know, some people have asked me and some people, you know, had concerns and so on. So I decided to make a quick little video, put it online, and then, you know, kind of answer any questions that I can. You know, I do have some friends that also can help pitch in if you guys have any questions. So just leave in the comments below any suggestions, any comments that you may have. And if you have made it so far in this video, you know, definitely give a subscribe, a like, a share, whatever the case may be. And until next time, guys, gratitude should be the only attitude. Stay humble, and I'll see you next time.